Welcome back, everybody. I am back again, and just to kind of go over a few things of this year. This year, really a good year. Going into the bowl games, like I said before, Hawaii 8-4 for me, and it will be an interesting off season because with the bowl, with the success I've had at school at Hawaii, the big question is. Uh, Will I stay at Hawaii and stuff like that? That's still to be answered, not only by the conference officials, but we'll see what goes from there. We'll definitely let you know on the moves and grooves of each team and everything that goes on. But right now, I'm at Hawaii and plan on being there, and it would have to be an absolutely off major offer to move me out of Hawaii right now. So, Carlos State, 22, fabulous job by him. He did a great job, 11-1 going in his bowl game, and great job on the rest of the year by him. And Bob Jr., Louisiana Tech, 6-5 going in his bowl game as the last game he played against was San Jose State, beat him by 10. So good job there. Rice Owls and T2, 8-5 going in their matchup. One correction I'd make, it was not Rice that made the championship in their conference. It was actually Wyoming and UCF in that matchup. So good matchup there. But I think it was. But anyway, I have to look again. But anyway, 8-5 for T2. He's done a fabulous turnaround at Rice this year. 5-7 last year, 8-5 this year. And Big Bear snuck into the bowl picture at the last minute. He ended the year 6-6. He's hoping to get to 7-6 on the year with a bowl win, and he's got a tall task with Southern Miss, but I think it can be done. Can he win on an up note? We shall see. San Diego State, they've had a fabulous year. Their quarterback's thrown for a ton of yards, and so that always helps too. UAB Blazers, they kind of hit the skid a little bit. At one point, they were having a very good year, better than last year. And then they went 1-5. Their last 6 games of the year just fell down. And, that's a tough road to take. UAB had some tough games to play towards the end, including a final game against H22 in Colorado State. And he had a chance. UAB had a chance to get in, possibly with a win. Didn't happen, but so he ends the year 5-7 at UAB. I still think UAB is still primed for a good year, and we shall see what happens there. Suction Gators, same old, undefeated last year. One dinger on the radar this year, but he's ripped everybody else, going 11-0, wins his 2nd consecutive championship and conference championship. Great job there. What else can you say? Suction Gators knows how to play the game. So on the other side, SUNY 24, UNLV Rebels, kind of a rough year. Of course, new offense and new personnel. Lost a lot of people from last year, and they just fell hard. 2-10 this year, as they had to end the year against my Hawaii Warriors. I was not there for the game, but my team did win that game. And so it will be another rebuilding year for SUNY 24. I think he's got great things going at UNLV, and I think he will do well with UNLV as we go along here. Utah State Aggies and Emmett Frisk. The team actually started out rough, and then he ended up getting 3 wins on the year. Fabulous job. Emmett Frisk is so tough when you're having to play not so great personnel for your team, and he really had that this year. Personnel was just really low for him this year, and it just showed, as he was just absolutely overmatched at a ton of games this year. So I'm really hoping that Emmett Frisk, depending on his recruiting class, I think he can get things turned around next year. That's my hope. I think you can do it, Mr. Emmett Frisk. I think you can do it. UTEP Miners, they in the year 6-6. They do not get into a bowl picture. They were there. They were 6-5. They were looking in. They had the possibility. Then they had the final game of the year against Wyoming, and they lost. And that completely just knocked them out of the bowl picture altogether. As the bowl picture only had a few other teams really to invite, and so some teams got chosen, some teams got left out in this picture. So UTEP got left out in the picture, so got a rough year. Zickery in Nevada, what a job he did this year with Nevada. I mentioned my opportunity to play against him, but looking at the final score, it would have been. I think it probably would have been probably a bit closer had I been on the other end of the stick. But 40-27, that's not bad showing for my Warriors. And Zickery went undefeated in the conference this year. My hat's off to you, my friend. Great job. And it's going to be an interesting year as we move on. And, of course, Wyoming Cowboys. As really we had 3 teams ranked in the BCS top 25. And that was Stockton Gators UCF, Colorado State Rams, and the resurgent Wyoming Cowboys. So great job there by everybody on this great year. Everybody put in a hell of an effort this year, as they just did a fabulous job with everything they did. And what else can I say about it? Everybody just did a fabulous job this year. Another great year for this league. Of all the users, we only had really one, 2, 3, 4 users not make bowl games, and that's very good. So that's very, very good. We have more users getting to bowl games this year than we did last year, so that's very good for the league. And who knows what the league will entail for next season, season 3. I'm very excited about season 3. It's going to be a heck of a off season. See what happens, and also move on from there. And also, we shall see what happens in the off season concerning coaching changes, moving personnel, all that stuff. If anything does happen, I will let you know. I will have a complete wrap-up show on that if we do have some movement in the forecast and all that type of thing. And because everybody really just had fantastic years this year with their teams, second year in with their teams, and they've just done a fabulous year. I pulled in 2 years in a row of making 2 years in a row, 1 successful records, 2 successful seasons, and 2 bowl games at the end of the year. So I can't ask for anything better than that. Colorado State Rams, same thing. A winning record and a bowl picture in Louisiana Tech. Great job. A little rough last year, but Bob Jr. turned around this year. They go equivalent 6-5 on the year, and he makes the bowl picture. Rice Allenson T2. He also had a rough year last year, 5-7. He was also on the looking in picture and just fell out. This year he made it happen, and despite losing his quarterback Nick Fanuzzi for the year in the first game of the year, but he really rode the backups a great job by T2. He turned around, made his bowl bid, going 8-5. San Diego State looked a little dicey there at times. Looked like for a minute they might not get in, but then they did. So 6-6 on the year, and that is a good year for him. UAB Blazers, rough year, rough last year, rough again this year, but 5-7, that's not bad at all. He already eclipsed the win totals from last year, so that's very good. And 5-7, nothing to really shake the bones about it. It was a good year either way. It's like the Gators, again, as I mentioned before, undefeated last year. 1 dinger on the radar this year, but he went 11-1. Made his bowl game, the only January 1st bowl game of this year. So we shall see what happens at the end of the year. And Semi-24 UNLV Rebels, he had a successful season last year, just tabled off this year due to the change of playbook and personnel. And so he's hoping to right the ship for next season and get the program turned around. and get them into a bowl game. And without Frisk, 2 years in a row, just rough years. Things have not been kind for him in Utah. For Ahmad Frisk, of course, it does not get any tougher than when you have to kick off with your main rival Utah the Utes of Utah first game of the year. Very few rivals kick off first game of the year against their rivals. Another one is Colorado and Colorado State. And that is quite a challenge there when you have to play your rival first game of the year, because that first game of the year really determines how it'll go the rest of the year. But UTEP Miners, last year they were in a bowl picture. This year they were looking in and then just tailed off. So they're hoping to get things. RYTY32 is hoping to get things turned around with UTEP for next season. Nevada and Zickery, this team has gone through. This is the third coaching change for this team in 2 years. As I'll tell you, it was first guy left, second guy rolled in, then he had some issues, couldn't really continue. Zickery pulled in and just pulled in a fabulous year for Nevada as he is looking towards year 2 at his school, and who knows what will happen. And Wyoming, Indy Colt 79, fabulous job, my friend. You turned in definitely what I call comeback of the year award, because you deserve it, my friend, to have the year go like it did last year, and then you just turn it around and get them 11-1 and also nationally ranked in the top 25. That's a fabulous job by Indy Colt 79. Again, great job there, my friend. Had some close games this year, but he found a way to win them, and that's what counts in this league. So what will the new year bring after all the bowl games are done? Who knows? But I will be here to bring it to you all year. And as I say again, Joan, it has been an absolute pleasure bringing you these shows. I thoroughly enjoy doing them for you, and I hope you enjoy them as well. As from many comments I've received on the forum, I know many of y'all appreciate my efforts in this, and I appreciate bringing it. And I appreciate the comments, and also, I'll tell you, like I said before, I enjoy doing this. This is absolutely fun for me. So we shall see what happens with year 2 happens. And just to let everybody know, this show is brought to you, I don't know if you can really see it, by sportsims.com. This is a site that I play along with everything else. Whoops. This is a site that I play. I play on a good bit. I play sim football, so it's basically you make a game plan and then you go with it. But also my other sponsors, Tradition Forums. The guys have been absolutely awesome since I've joined this forum, and top-notch players all around, and family atmosphere. You couldn't have asked for anything better than a league like this, because trust me, there are not many of those around. I've done a ton of leagues in the past, and all I got was freaking cheesers from hell. So except for the one league I run myself, that I run with my Bama boys, we run a 12-man league, 15-minute quarters, and trust me, we had some games, not like what Bob Jr. and I had, but we make it work for 15 minutes or 4 quarters. So other than that, gentlemen, I bid you adieu and good night, and have yourselves a fabulous evening.